So let's go ahead and get started in our child's pose position. So with your knees out the width of your mat, plant your palms and just kind of shift into your hips and rib cage first. Moving it from side to side, and then gently settling your hips back a little deeper. Now, if you have bad hips or knees that don't like this lower position, feel free to keep your hips a little higher. And then just start working your fingertips forward, start reaching your forehead toward the floor. And then reach those fingertips a little further and send your tailbone back. Take a nice long inhale. And exhale. Inhale again, lengthen from fingertips to tailbone. And exhale. And then we'll take those fingertips and crawl them off the mat to the right side. As you lower your nose toward your right knee, take your left fingertips and try to crawl them out further than your right ones. At the same time, you're reaching your right sits bone back. So you get that nice lengthening through the rib cage. Nice deep breath. Then we'll take our upper body and move it off the mat to the left. Nose toward knee, right fingertips crawl further than the left. Sits bones reach back. We take a long inhale, just feel that nice stretch down this right side. And exhale. And then we'll walk our hands back through the middle. And with your fingertips spread wide, we'll shift your shoulders forward. Adjust your knees so they're directly under your hips. Tuck your toes and press away from the ground with your hands, sending your hips back toward your heels and just letting the arches of your feet get some length there. So our palms are pushing forward, our tailbones are reaching back. And then we'll shift our shoulders forward, turn those biceps forward, tap out the tops of your feet. That should just feel nice. And then here we'll have our hands right under our shoulders. We'll press away from the ground and round a cat spine, tucking your tailbone, tucking your chin, rounding through that shoulder blade space. Then inhale, drop the rib cage down, look forward, lift your tailbone. Then exhale, press round again, tone into your belly space. Inhale, release the cow spine. One more time, press around, cat spine. Really try to open that space between the shoulder blades. And inhale, release it down. Then as we adjust into our table space, we have a long spine here. We're tuning into that core space. We'll tuck our toes. As you press away from the ground, lift your knees. Then reach your head and chest through toward your thighs. Then lift your tailbone high and feel your heels sinking toward the floor. Feeling that lengthening through the back of the legs. Now gently bend your right knee, lifting your right heel. Look under your right arm and feel your left leg get longer. Then bring that right heel down, lift your left, look under your left arm as your right heel reaches toward the floor, getting more length there. And then we'll sink both heels, looking back at our toes. Then you'll lift your heels up, bring your knees to the floor. Drop the tops of your feet again. Sit back into your hips. Crawl your hands forward. Here we'll stretch our wrists by pressing back of hands together. Reverse prayer hands. And then we'll take those fingertips to the front. Here we're crawling those fingertips as far forward as we can. This time as we shift forward, we'll tuck our toes and find plank pose. We're toning into that core space, lengthening through the back of the neck. And then you'll take your left foot and just adjust it so it's more in the middle of your mat. Then as you press away from the ground, take your right heel and lift it to the sky. This is three-legged up. Palms are still pushing forward. We'll bend that right knee, then try to rotate your right knee toward the ceiling, trying to keep your shoulders as even as you can. Left heel is reaching toward the floor. Then we'll look forward and we'll take that right foot and step it toward the front of our mat. Now, if bringing your left knee down to adjust your right foot forward works better for you, go ahead there. And then we'll wiggle that left foot back, trying to get some nice length between the 2 feet. Then we'll tap that left knee down, bring hands to that left thigh, bring your shoulders back. Now drop the toes of that left foot, push away from that right thigh, reach your shoulders back, reach the front of your left hip forward. So we should feel that through that left hip flexor into your quad, front of your thigh. Then we'll take those left fingertips, reach them to the sky. That open left palm is going to reach over to the right. Then you'll turn that palm toward the ceiling and look to your left. Feel that nice side body stretch. As you release, bring that left elbow to your right knee. Then move your right hand onto your left. Press your right hand into your left and try to lift your heart. Getting a nice rotation through the spine. We breathe, inhale and exhale. Then we'll rotate back to the center. We'll bring our fingertips down to the floor. Tuck your left toes. Lift your left knee. Push off your right foot, bend your left knee, then spring that left foot forward. Here we'll release into a fold, letting your head hang heavy. Softness in your knees. We find our breath. Then we'll bring our hands to our shins, lengthen back the legs. Then soften the knees, bring your hands to your thighs, tuck your chin, press away from your thighs, round your spine up, reach your fingertips down to the side and find mountain pose. Feel the soles of your feet pulling together, feel your outer heels pushing away, and then reach up top. Here we'll sweep our arms down to the side. You'll take your right elbow under your left, and then you'll lift those elbows up. So we'll try to get into that shoulder blade space. So you try to lift your elbows up in front of your chin. You get a little bit of a back bend there. Just take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your arms, sweep up top. This time, bring your left elbow under your right. Lift those elbows up off the chest and up in front of the chin. A little bit of a back bend. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, release, fingertips to the sky. Move your hands to your heart. Exhale, release to your fold. Fingertips to the floor. Step your toes back, find your plank. This time we take our right foot toward the middle of the mat. The left heel lifts to the sky as we push away from the ground, looking back at our right toes. Then we bend that left knee. We rotate the knee toward the ceiling, but try to keep your shoulders square. So you rotate the hips, but not the shoulders. Then we lengthen that left leg back out. We look forward. Here's where we swing that left foot to the front. We crawl those toes forward. Maybe bring in right knee down here to support. Then wiggle those right toes back, trying to create space between your feet. Lower that right knee down and drop the toes. Bring your hands to your left thigh. As you press away, your right hip is reaching forward, your shoulders are reaching back. Your gaze is gently toward the sky. You're pressing the top of your right foot into the floor. We take a breath in. Then we take that right arm and reach it to the sky. Stretch it all the way up as high as you can. Then reach that right palm over to the left. Start getting some stretch down that side body. Then turn the palm open, look underneath, and stretch a little further. Deep breath, inhale. As you release, that right elbow comes across that left knee. Then you move your left hand onto your right. As you push left into your right, you try to lift your heart toward your cups. Try to keep those legs nice and balanced. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, return to your center. Bring your fingertips down. Tuck your right toes. And you're welcome to use blocks here, right? For fingertip support. Lift that right knee. Push off your left foot. Bend your right knee. Then you spring off your right toes to move to the front. Let your chest fold toward your thighs. Arms get heavy. Inhale. Bring your hands to your shins. Find that long spine. Then bend into your knees, tone your belly. You can use hand support thighs if you prefer, round your spine up. Pull your shoulders away, get strong in that mountain pose. Feel your torso get nice and tall and also engaged inward. Inhale, we fill it up. Exhale, we sweep left elbow under right, lift up and away, opening that shoulder blade space. Inhale, release, sweep up top, right under left, lift up and away. Now maybe you get to that point where you can cross your wrists as well for that full eagle arms, but just listen to your shoulders, see what works for you. Inhale, we fill it up. Hands to heart, we fold. Fingertips to floor, we step the toes back. We find that plank pose. Exhale, press up and through to your down dog. Feel the push of your palms forward, wrap your triceps back, reach your chest toward your thighs, lift the tailbone and deepen the heels. Inhale out to your plank, toning that belly space. Tap your knees to the floor, let your elbows squeeze the rib cage as you lower. Shoulders back, elbows forward, lift through the top of your head. Press the tops of your feet down so your kneecaps lift. Now, if you're not getting a nice extension through the front rib cage here, then maybe slide your hands back to cobra, elbows to ribs, shoulders away, top of the head toward the sky. Inhale, we lower down. We slide the hands to the sides of the waist. Tone your belly away from the floor, tuck it in. Press up to your knees, tuck your toes, and lift back through to your down dog. Go ahead and pedal those heels up and down a couple times. Then move your left foot into the middle of your mat again. Take that right heel, reach to the sky. This time as you shift forward, just bring that right knee toward your chest, toning your core, and then tuck your nose toward your knee. Then push away and take that right heel back to the ceiling. Then look at your hands. Take that right foot, swing it to the front of your mat. Crawl into your space. Left toes back, right toes forward. Left knee comes down. Drop the toes under. Here we'll take both arms, we sweep them to the sky, creating that crescent shape over the spine. Gaze is upward. Left hip is reaching forward. Then we reach the fingertips up. You lift your torso. Move your hands to your heart. That left elbow moves to your right thigh. Right hand presses into left. We lift heart toward thumbs. Now, an option here is to tuck those left toes. Push that left heel away, lifting the knee. Maybe you keep the knee down. This is an option. Inhale, we turn to our center. Here, you're going to bring your right forearm to your right thigh. You'll drop your left heel flat. Now make your legs nice and strong, pressing away from each other. Sweep your left arm up and over your ear. Open the palm, stretch to that left side. We have strong legs, so we don't have a lot of weight on that right elbow. Side angle pose. Then we'll push away from that right foot and reach both arms to the sky. Relax your shoulders off your ears and bring your arms forward and back. You're going to hinge into that right hip crease, go straight forward. Then lower the right hand down, reach the left arm to the sky. Try to stack those shoulders. Then turn your left palm over. Take the back of your left hand toward the outside of your right hand. And then nudge that left shoulder up and back a little further. Should feel a nice opening through that front shoulder and your pecs, your chest muscles. Then we'll take that left arm back up. Bend your right knee. Pull your left arm back. Lift your torso. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Relax the shoulder blades, but then reach through those fingertips. Make your arms strong. Feet are still actively pressing away from each other. Warrior two. Here, we'll reach the fingertips to the sky. Lift that right leg. Lift your left heel and turn and face the front of your mat. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Push off that right foot, bend that left knee, and spring that left foot to the front. Here we fold. breath. Inhale. Exhale, hands to shins, lengthen your spine, lengthen your legs. Softness in your knees. Tone into that belly space again. Hands support the thighs if you're protecting your lower back. Shoulders pull away, we find that mountain pose. Inhale, we reach up top. Exhale, right elbow comes under back. We lift up and away, maybe crossing at those wrists again. We breathe, inhale. Exhale, you're going to bring those elbows back out in front of your chest. You bring your weight to your left foot. I'll turn toward you. Cross your right ankle over your left, right? So these are eagle arms. We're gonna make those eagle legs. Right toe crosses over, you bend your left knee, you sit into your hips, and see if you can lift those right toes off the floor. Hold, inhale. So it's chair, crossed legs, crossed elbows. And then we take those elbows, we reach up top, push off, stand up, lift that right knee, get tall. Bring that right foot on the inside, find your tree. Try to avoid standing on your knees, so above or below. See if you can find that center. Hold, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach up top. Stand your right foot down. Bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, we fold. Take a moment here just to ragdoll. So softness in all your joints, letting that body sway from side to side. Let your head hang heavy. Take a long inhale and let it go. When you're ready, fingertips to the floor, toes step away. Shoulders over hands. We find our plank first. Then we push off those hips. Reach the chest, wrap your triceps back, lift your tailbone, deepen your hips. Inhale out to your plank. Either bringing knees down or staying on your toes. Elbows squeeze the ribs, hips soften, shoulders pull away. Maybe you go cobra or sphinx with those elbows down or up top. You can get those shoulders down and back. Maybe press through the tops of the feet. Feel your kneecaps float. Breathe in. Exhale, we lower. The hands move to the side to the waist, shoulders back. Again, choosing to come up from knees or toes. We press up through plank into our down dog. Then we'll lift our heels, bring our knees wide, and find our child's pose. We'll pause here for a couple of breaths, releasing the wrists, maybe circles or pressing back of hands together. Or maybe you want to take those arms to the sides of the body for a couple. Long inhales through the nose. Long exhales go. Nice sighing, releasing breath. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Then we'll take those fingertips, walk them to the front of the mat. Spread your fingertips wide. Shift your shoulders, tuck your toes. We go back to our plank. Right toes move toward the center of the mat. We press away as that left heel lifts up, right heel sinks down. Then as we come forward, we bring the left knee to the chest, we tone the belly, tucking nose toward knee. Then we push away, that left heel goes back to the sky. Then we look forward, that left foot steps to the front. We crawl those toes out, we wiggle the right toes back. Then we lower that right knee down, dropping the toes, hip forward. Sweep your fingertips to the sky. Here's that crescent. We're looking up, making a back bend, thumbs reaching back, right hip reaching forward, pressing through the top of the right foot. Then we reach fingertips to the sky, lift the ribcage, move the hands to the heart. Make sure your left knee is straight over your ankle, right elbow comes across. Left hand presses into right and get that rotation. And maybe choose to tuck the right toes, push that right heel back, getting that strong side extension through that right leg. Then as we turn the torso to center, we bring that left elbow to that left thigh. We lift that right knee. If it's not, we rotate that hip open. Make your feet nice and strong. They're pushing away. Sweep your right arm up and over. Bicep over ear, lengthen that right side. And then you're lifting your rib cage so you don't have a lot of weight on that left elbow. You can even lift it off if you'd like, or gentle here. Then we push off that left leg. We reach to the sky, arms up, legs straight, shoulders drop, arms move to the sides. We hinge into that left hip crease, go straight forward. Right, so you get that length there first, and then you lower the left arm, reach the right arm up. Keep lifting out of that left hip as you turn that right palm back. The back of the hand comes toward the outside of that left hip. We nudge that right shoulder to the sky. We look up, opening that shoulder and chest space. Then we release those right fingertips back to the sky. We bend into that left knee. That right arm pulls back, the torso lifts, shoulders stacking over hips. Arms are strong, but shoulders are released. We're pressing our feet strongly away from each other. Warrior two. Breathe, inhale. Then we press back up to that gentle warrior, lifting that left knee. We lift our right heel and turn and face the front of the room. Here we release the fingertips, fill it up. We bring our hands to our heart. We lift the right leg up. We come up, bringing that right foot in. We step fingertips, reach fingertips to the sky. Bring left elbow on the right. We lift those eagle arms up. We cross left over right. We sink into those eagle wings. Squeezing those inner thighs. Try to lift your elbows away from your chest. Then see if you can lift your left toes out. Hold, inhale. Squeeze those inner thighs. Now release your arms out wide. Reach your fingertips up. As you lift, push off your right foot, your left knee comes up. Engage that core. Then move your left foot to your tree pose. Hands to heart, or maybe first use your hands to move that left foot into place. Your left foot is either on your right inner thigh or on your calf. Shoulders are released. Find your center. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we reach up top. We step that left foot down. Hands to heart. Release your fold. Let yourself ragdoll. Head hanging heavy, arms and chest soft. We breathe. We release. Then we move our fingertips to the floor. We step our toes back to our plank, toning into that belly space. Press away from those fingertips, lift your hips, down dog. Inhale, move back to your plank. Again, you choose knees or toes to lower your rib cage down. Hips soften, shoulders pull away. Either those elbows are down, or your cobra, or up dog. We breathe. Then we release back down. Tone the belly space. Hands to the side of the waist. Tuck in. Push away from the ground. Press through to your down dog one more time. Then we'll lift our heels, bring our knees out wide, big toes in close as we sit into our child's pose. Maybe shifting your hips and ribs from side to side. Let your arms either release folded under your forehead or alongside your body. Take a long inhale. Side way. Again, inhale, fill it up. And exhale, side away. We'll allow our arms to release. We'll draw that belly space. Gently bring the shoulders back. Move your hips over to one side so you can swing those legs around. Make sure you've got plenty of mat behind you. We'll bring our hands behind our knees. Shoulders back, lift the sides of the waist. Space under the chin as you slide your heels in, and we'll just find our boat pose. Chest lifts high. You can stay right there or bring your open palms to the side. We'll take a long inhale and a soft exhale. Then we'll tuck our hands back behind the knees. Lower the toes to the floor. Soften the chin to the chest, releasing your spine. Roll to your shoulders, take your toes to the sky. Kick your heels, pull your knees and chest together. Shoulders back. Again, toes to boat pose. Open palms to the side if you'd like. Breath, inhale. Exhale. One more time. Knees soften, toes down, chin to chest, rounded spine. You release back, extend the toes, kick the heels, come up, shoulders away, boat pose. Breath. And sigh. This time you'll bring your toes to the floor. You'll slide your hands down your shins, pull your rib cage up, drop your knees out wide, reach toward either your ankles or the tops of your feet, lift to the sides of your waist, and then use your arms to pull your collarbones forward. Want to keep the length of the spine. We don't want to be rounded here, so we lift the heart. Then we reach forward. Outer knees are reaching toward the floor. Gaze is out front. Breathe, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, we release back. You slide your left foot out. Take that right ankle, place it on your left thigh. Move your hands behind. Then step that left foot in. Roll your shoulders back. Turn your fingertips back and then press. Lift your chest toward that right leg. So now we're getting deep into that right hip. Tall through that lower back space, reaching forward. Maybe you lift the toes of the left foot to just nudge a little more space. One more inhale. Then we'll take our legs over to the right. You'll take your left foot, tuck it under your right hip. Then settle that right sits bone back down. Your left elbow then moves around your right knee. Your right hand comes back. You push with that right elbow, push with your left elbow, look over your right shoulder. Now, if that's too much for your hips there, then take that left leg, extend it out here, and do your seated twist from there. Whichever one is better for your body today. Inhale back to your center. Release the right leg all the way up. Take your left ankle over your right thigh. Try to avoid putting any weight on your kneecap. Again, we sit back. We step the right foot in. Turn the hands around. Open the chest. Lift tall. Long through that lower back space. Top of the head is reaching up. Maybe you lift the right toes to nudge a little deeper into that hip space. We breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Then we let both knees drop over to the right. You take that right foot, tuck it under the left hip. Sit up tall. Your right elbow then moves around your left knee. Or remember, you can extend your right leg straight up. Left hand behind, push right elbow into the knee, look over the left shoulder. Breathe in. Exhale, we release from that twist. Take that left leg off. Choose any seat that's feeling comfortable for you. Roll your shoulders back. So legs are in any position that just feels comfortable. Some people might like a straddle leg, extended leg, one leg out, whatever's nice. And then just feel those shoulders release, open the palms. Take a nice long inhale, feel the lift through the top of your head. As you exhale, feel your shoulder blades melt into your back pockets. Inhale, we fill. Exhale, we empty. This next inhale reaches the fingertips to the sky. The exhale moves the hands to the center of the heart. And as we take a gentle bow forward, we say namaste. And I say thank you for joining me. Get out and enjoy this lovely weather, whether you're in Maine or Minnesota.
Thank you, Teresa.